They say home is where your story begins. For me, that place was the dusty plains of northern Nigeria, Kaduna. I was a child then, but I remember flashes, my father's quiet urgency as news of conflict spread, my mother clinging to prayer and radio updates. Safety became a luxury we could no longer afford. So, we moved to Lagos. Push factors, my geography teacher once explained. Conflict, insecurity, unemployment. And Lagos. It pulled us in with promises, schools, jobs, electricity, most of the time, and a chance to start again. We settled in Makoko, floating homes and narrow wooden walkways. A community that struggled, yes, but also thrived in its own way. I was 12 when my best English teacher left for America. Just for a year, she said. But she never came back. Others followed, doctors, engineers, even my cousin who now drives an Uber in London. Brain drain, they called it. Still, I stayed. I told myself that leaving would be giving up on Nigeria. I studied hard. Became a nurse. Built a life that moved, slowly but surely, from Makoko to Victoria Island. And in all that time, I held fast to my promise, to serve where I was needed most. Then came Patrick. British Nigerian, born in London, visiting Lagos on a renewable energy project for a farm headquartered in the UK. We met over suya and banter. His pidgin was bad, but his smile was sincere. We spent just 1 week together, but sometimes that's all it takes. After he returned to London, we stayed in touch. What started as casual check-ins grew into something deeper. We debated, shared music, exchanged frustrations, him with the cold and corporate world of London, me with the chaos and beauty of Lagos. And then came his invitation. Come and see my world, he said. And so I did. London was colder than I imagined, not just the weather, but the pace, the quiet. I stepped off the plane in 3 layers of clothing. I remember thinking, oh, this is why they wear jackets in July. In Lagos, it presses into your skin. In London, the chill creeps into your bones. Even the sun seems more reserved here. Patrick met me at Heathrow with a grin and a bouquet. On the train into the city, I stared at the River Thames winding through the skyline. It reminded me of the Lagos Lagoon, 2 cities shaped by water, bound to it. Just like Lagos, London was born of trade, of movement. One a giant of Africa, the other a global powerhouse. Both economic hubs in their own right. I like how orderly it is, I told him. The train arrived exactly when it said it would. People queued. No conductors shouting Oshodi. Oshodi. Too orderly sometimes, he replied with a shrug. You miss the madness. Maybe. Madness has its own rhythm. We explored the city, the Shard, Camden Market, a boat ride on the Thames. I was struck by the diversity, Turkish, Somali, Jamaican, Polish, Nigerian. Lagos was diverse too, but in a different way, ethnicities, dialects, tribes within one country. London's diversity felt more global. But there's something distant here, I said one evening as we walked through Hyde Park. Everyone's in their own world. You think Lagos isn't like that? He challenged. In Lagos, even a stranger will greet you on the bus. Here, it's like everyone's wearing invisible walls. We argued, gently, about more than just people. About politics, about independence. About the NHS. He praised the benefit system. I told him in Lagos, if you don't work, you don't eat. Hustle is survival, I said. He nodded. And yet, London's got its own pressure. People work long hours just to pay rent. Mental health suffers. It's not all comfort. He took me to Canary Wharf, gleaming with glass and ambition. This is London's financial heart, he said. It's beautiful, I whispered. But so detached. Like Victoria Island. I laughed. Maybe. Lagos is a city of contradiction. Skyscrapers and slums, wealth and poverty living side by side. And yet, he added, it keeps growing. Just like London. We sat on the tube the next morning, and I couldn't help but notice how people barely spoke. I missed the loud music, the hawkers tapping on downfall windows, the woman shouting, Bayogala and Lokasara. I missed the scent of fried akara wafting in the morning air. You know, I said, London has almost 9 million people. That's massive. But still not as many as Lagos, he said, smiling. 20 million and counting, right? Exactly. And yet the trains aren't bursting here. He chuckled. Give it time. Rush hour is universal. On my last evening, he took me to a quiet hill overlooking the skyline. Glorian, he said, holding my hand. You're the most grounded person I know. You believe in things. And you make me want to believe too. I want you here, with me. He knelt. A small box. A shining ring. Will you marry me? My heart caught. Part of me ached to say yes. But another part, the Makoko part, the nurse who stayed behind, the daughter of a family that fled and rebuilt, whispered of duty. Of unfinished stories. I don't know, I said honestly. My life, it's rooted in Lagos. My patients, my people. I came here for you, but I'm not sure if I can stay for good. His smile softened. Then maybe, we find a way between.